Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, welcome to Dahlia Beauty TV. Today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video. Many people have been asking me to share my curly hair routine. I am no curly hair expert, but I do have a lot of experience with my personal curly hair journey. So I will try and share as many tips as I can with all of you, and hopefully it helps. Tip number one. My advice to all of you is go to a curly hair salon. If you have a curly hair salon where you live, I definitely suggest you go. These hairstylists, they specialize with curly hair. Everyone has a certain curly hair pattern, and they will be able to identify it for you by analyzing your hair, and they will be able to give you the appropriate tips for your curl strand. I do understand that curly hair salons are a little bit on the pricey side, but it is a good investment, especially, I mean, if you already put down money for an eyeshadow palette, let's just say anywhere between 50 to 80 bucks, maybe even more for some people, I think it's totally worth it if you're going on this curly hair journey path to go to a curly hair salon. Tip number two, investing in proper tools for your hair. So what I mean by that is getting hair clips like these ones really help. Making sure you have a wide tooth comb. Investing in a microfiber towel, or if you have an old shirt that's laying around, you can always use it. A blow dryer, but a diffuser. I'm not the biggest fan of diffusers. It's once in a blue moon that I use it, and I'll get into why later on. Investing in the right products for your hair. I use Devacurl products. I swear by them. I'll get into that later. This video is not sponsored at all, by the way. It's just my personal experience with these products, and I want to share the wealth with all of you. And taking the right supplements. So I'm gonna jump into my process on how I style my hair, and it honestly starts from the shower. I was contemplating making a video taking you with me in the shower and showing you step by step, but that would require me wearing a bathing suit, and I don't really want to do that and put that out there. I really don't. I know some people do, but I'm not that comfortable. What I do when I'm in the shower, first of all, I love taking hot showers, and heat is probably not the best thing for curly hair or hair in general. It creates more breakage, and curly hair is very susceptible to breakage. And so what I do is I rinse my hair at the very end with cold water. But going back, in the shower, what I do is I take my wide tooth comb. I don't advise going from the top to the bottom, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna end up ripping your hair, and that's gonna create a lot of breakage. And when your hair breaks, it actually travels up the shaft, so then it creates all that frizz that we don't like and all that breakage. I myself need a haircut. My hair is getting really long, so it does look a little bit weird, but that's also because I'm on like day 3 of not washing my hair. And that's another thing, don't wash your hair too much. Anyways, going back to the shower. So sometimes, you know, my hair gets a little tangly, and that's very common with curly hair. And my solution is don't take your wide tooth comb and start ripping it, trying to get rid of that tangle, to try and detangle it. Don't do that. If you just take some conditioner and you put it in your hands like this, and then you work with that knot, you will find that it slowly starts to come apart, and there you go. You're good. Once you have that knot out of your hair, what you do, if you do want to comb your hair in the shower, which I don't recommend it too often, you go from the bottom up. So you go like this, and you keep going upwards. And the reason for that is it doesn't create as much breakage as from when you go from top to bottom. I like using Devacurl. The reason for that is because it's 100% sulfate, paraben, and silicone free, and I just find that it's amazing. It takes some time getting used to. This one is a low poo, which is a mild lather cleanser. So what that means is that it does not lather your hair too much. So if you're used to Pantene Herbal Essence and you get that lather, the bubbles, and it feels so good, Doing this for the first time felt so weird because it was very mild in lather and it just took some time getting used to, but it's totally worth it. My hair always feels shiny, strong, and beautiful when I come out of the shower. So this is the low poo. Then I have the conditioner. This is my second one. This one is 946 mil. The one that I had before was about this size, which is the 12 ounce. But then I really liked it, and as you know, or you may not know, when you have curly hair, you tend to use a lot of conditioner because it just softens the locks, it's less frizz and all that stuff. But you gotta be careful because if you have a good product like this one, or any Devacurl products, usually a little bit goes a long way. And so you don't want to use too much conditioner either because it could also weigh down your hair, weigh down your curls. My curls are not really showing too much right now, but where I moved, it's very dry weather conditions, so it's actually damaging my hair tremendously, hence why I need a haircut, and I'm trying my best to start from scratch and find ways to help my hair. If you are in a similar situation as myself with the weather, I highly suggest using a serum, and that's been helping me. There's less static and less frizz, so I don't know, it's been helping me out here with this weather. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place, but going back to the whole shower thing. So, you know, you wash your hair with a low poo. Like I said, I recommend Devacurl. You can use whatever you want. This is just something that has worked well with me, and their whole line is sulfate, paraben, and silicone free. And the less chemicals in your hair, the better. That means less damage, and you will maintain your curl pattern. Another thing actually is managing to reduce the heat in your hair. So if you try to straighten your hair less, especially if you are embarking on this curly hair journey, not dyeing your hair as often. It's another good piece of advice that I have. I hardly dye my hair now, maybe like once or twice a year max. I don't go for touch-ups, nothing like that. I just make sure that I'm maintaining my haircut and the products that I use, like my shampoo and conditioner and whatnot, or low poo. So yeah, investing in a good conditioner is really important. So what I do once my hair is all nice and detangled in the shower, I put that conditioner, I work it through my hair, and then I flip my hair forward. And I take a little bit of that conditioner again. At this point, I'm away from the water. And if you want, you can even like, whatever, wash your body and all that stuff and then turn the water off. You don't want to waste water, that's cool. And then you flip your hair forward and you take a little bit of that conditioner again, just a little bit, and you work it through your hand and you scrunch your hair upwards. So what I mean by that is you flip over and you scrunch your hair up maybe twice, and then you bring it to the right side, do the same thing again, flip your hair over to the left side and do it again while your hair is soaking wet. That is the best advice I've ever gotten for my hair. Your hair with the moisture from the water, and like I said, do that quick cold rinse at the end so it seals the locks and your hair's not damaged from all that heat in the shower. And then when your hair is all like, you scrunch it up a little bit, right, left, front, and back, I like to take some of the gel, and that's what I like working in as well. So after I do that pump of the conditioner, I take a pump of the gel and I also work it in and I just scrunch a little bit. The gel that I use by Devacurl is absolutely amazing. I swear by it. I recommend it to all my girls, or men if you have curly hair. It's maximum hold, but if you're like me and you're a 90s baby, I know sometimes when we hear gel, we cringe a little because we think that it's that gel that makes your hair crunchy. Devacurl does not do that. Your hair ends up feeling soft when it dries, even with the gel, and it maintains the style. So your curls will be on fleek the whole day. And then after I do that, I'm out of the shower, I like to clip my hair up a little. So what I do is I go like this and I just poof it up a little. And I do it on, looking at the viewfinder by the way, sorry. And then I do it like that on the left side, and I put maybe like a few more at the back. And the reason for that is because it gives some volume at the roots, especially when your curls are drying. And the last step is I do not dry my hair with a regular towel. So it's either I use a microfiber towel, and Honestly, I usually don't use a microfiber towel. What I do use is an old shirt. So I take an old shirt, cotton, and I basically put my hair inside the bottom of the shirt, and then I just wrap it up. Then I just flip it forward like this, and this is how I let my hair dry. So if you follow me on my Instagram at Dahlia Beauty TV, you may have noticed a few times if I'm doing Insta stories, I have an old shirt on my hair, and that's when I'm usually out of the shower and my hair is drying, and you're probably wondering, what is going on? Why does she have that on her head? That's why. I do not use any other towel or anything like that because the friction creates a lot of breakage in your hair, and that, again, that is something that we try and avoid when we have curly hair. The less friction, the better. Now, speaking of which, I don't leave this the entire time on while it's drying. I like to let my hair air dry at times, so I just leave it on for maybe 15 minutes, and then I take it off and I let my hair air dry. You don't have to worry about frizz because if you're using these products, they are amazing, and when you use an old shirt or a microfiber towel, your hair will not have that frizz because there's not a lot of friction. And also, while your hair is drying, try to avoid touching it too much because, again, that's friction that creates frizz. Now, when it's completely air dry, sometimes, like I said, because of the weather conditions here where I live, there tends to be a lot of static and it's really dry. So sometimes at the end, I'll just take a little bit of serum. I use the Biosilk Silk Therapy Serum, and I just take a little bit in my hand, rub it through, and I just kind of like rub it through my hair, and that just kind of softens it all up. If you're going to work or out or whatever it may be, and you don't have the time to let your hair air dry, I would recommend using a diffuser. And basically what you do is while it's air drying, you basically just take it in the diffuser and you just go like this, and you scrunch it up, and you scrunch it up, and you'll start to see that it starts to dry your hair, and it maintains the curls, which is always really nice, and that's what everybody wants. I personally don't use a diffuser that often. Sometimes, especially out here, I find that it makes my hair a little bit frizzy, and also I'm trying to avoid as much heat damage as I can. And believe it or not, it's still a blow dryer at the end of the day, so that is still heat damage. Give a diffuser a try, see how it works for your hair. And also when you take it, you can do it at the roots, and when you have these clips in at the roots, it will be amazing. Now, if you have to go out the next day and you don't want to refresh your hair and you don't have the time for anything, the two things that I advise overnight is getting a silk pillowcase. It's smooth, so again, there's less friction, less frizz. If you don't want to do that, you can get those satin pillowcases. You can buy those at the beauty stores, just like the clips. You can buy them at the beauty supply stores. I myself, I don't have satin or silk pillowcases. Mine are cotton. This looks really silly right now, but this dew is called the pineapple dew. At night, if you have your hair like this, your curls are not touching the pillowcase. I mean, they might a little, because I don't think you're gonna be sleeping on your back the whole time. But what I'm trying to say is if you have it down the whole night, there's gonna be a lot of friction on the pillowcase. So you just go like this, and you don't have to do it too tight, and you don't have to use like these elastic bands. You can use those like scrunchies that we used to have back in the 90s, and I think they're actually making a comeback. And last but not least, if you want to maintain healthy hair, I highly recommend taking biotin vitamins. Some people like to use shampoo that has biotin in it. Biotin is actually more effective if you take it as a supplement. Again, this is not sponsored. I don't even know what's this called. Vita Day? Yeah, it's not. And this is actually vegetarian capsules. So I'm not vegetarian, but I am sensitive to a lot of things. People who have gluten allergies, if you're allergic to dairy, anything like that, this is a really good brand because it is vegetarian. Biotin is really good for strengthening the hair, the nails, and so there are a lot of benefits to it. You can do your own research and look into it if you want. I lost a tremendous amount of hair about 6 years ago. I was on medication, and I know it doesn't seem like I did. I used to dye my hair all the time. I was on this medication. I used to straighten my hair all the time. I hardly rocked my curls. My hair wasn't in the best condition, and eventually I decided to dye my hair less, to straighten my hair less. And to start taking biotin, and my hair started growing stronger and healthier and longer, and I think it's amazing. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it all. Let me know in the comments below if you have any curly hair routine tips. If you do end up trying my tips, let me know if they work out for you. And just keep in mind that we all have different curl patterns, or most of us have different curl patterns. So go and get some consultation from a curly hair specialist. Figure out what your curl pattern is, because the tips that I gave you may not necessarily work for you. Most of them might work for you. And don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to share it with your curly hair gals or guys. I do apologize about the lighting situation. I'm filming this in the evening because I really want to get this video out, and I had filmed it before and I wasn't too happy with it, so I decided to do it again. So again, sorry for the lighting situation, but again, I hope you do enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share it with your loved ones, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!